Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm just gonna go through ice cream rankings just because it was the first thing that came to my mind after I clicked record, since I didn't bother to prep a show sheet for today's show. And the first thing that came to my mind is ice cream because I just finished having a blizzard from Dairy Queen that my sister picked up on our way home from grabbing groceries. And yeah, I'm just gonna stick to more basic flavors. If I had to say any flavor at all, I would probably say strawberry cheesecake, just because I love the strawberry cheesecake blizzard at Dairy Queen. And in general, that's a flavor I guess I could argue might be somewhat more common because you have the Good Humor strawberry cheesecake bars and things like that. But overall, I'm going to go with more standard flavors. So, number one overall, I would probably say like a vanilla bean, which for the sake of argument, in this case, I would just call it vanilla. I just think vanilla is one of those flavors that is so versatile and generally agreeable that it's hard to give it too much lower of a rank, especially if you include things like their soft serve vanilla, vanilla bean, things like that, the French vanilla. Vanilla is just a very simple, easy to use flavor. It's also great with adding things to it. In terms of, you could add chocolate syrup and you basically have chocolate ice cream. Toppings, all of that. You add vanilla ice cream as your base for basically any fancy blizzard or anything like that you would get at Dairy Queen. So vanilla, just because of how useful it is, I would give it the number one overall rank. It'd be like if you were rating beverages and you said number one is water. It's not as much to do with the taste as just the versatility and dominance over all the other flavors. After that, I would probably get into what I prefer taste-wise, which would be mostly the fruity flavors in general. Something like a strawberry, black raspberry, kind of clump those all together. We'll call it number two, just the fruity flavors in general. A peach ice cream is usually very, very good. Actually, scratch that. We're going to put that group at number three. Number two, I'm putting sherbet, just because I really, really like sherbet, specifically rainbow sherbet. That's, I think, an unpopular opinion. I think most people who pick sherbet as an ice cream will usually say orange sherbet's the best sherbet, but I would say that rainbow sherbet's much, much better, and it's not really even that close to me. So, vanilla sherbet, fruity ice creams. Sherbet and fruity ice cream, I realize, is very, very similar. Sherbet, I guess I'm playing games calling it ice cream because it's sherbet. It's not technically ice cream. And I'm getting into a whole subsection of I can call frozen yogurt and gelato ice cream, but I think you kind of get my point. Again, going back to the analogy of if we did beverages and water was vanilla, I guess you would call sherbet the equivalent of saying that, like, I don't know, a smoothie would be your favorite beverage, something like that. But anyway, after those categories, next I'd probably give the cookie-based ice creams, I'll call it. So cookie and cream ice cream is really... cookies and cream and cookie dough ice cream are the ones I would kind of put in that category in general. Just my preference taste-wise. After that would be all the candy, fancy ice cream, things like a cotton candy ice cream or any of the ones that are kind of named after a chocolate bar, pretty much, which I guess is dipping into its own category even, most likely. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it more, that would probably fall into like a next category of candy flavored ice creams as opposed to like I guess what I'm trying to say is like the sweeter ice creams, are the unnatural flavored ice creams, we'll call it. So things like cotton candy, roasted marshmallow, something like that. We'll call those like the unnatural flavors, but that makes it sound worse than it probably is. Then the candy ice creams. And just because I don't want to make this video too long, somewhere near the bottom will be chocolate ice cream as a rank. I should respect it a little more because it does have some of that same power as vanilla, with it being good with mixing in our flavors and adding topping to improve it, blah, blah, blah. But the taste of chocolate in general, I'm not a fan of, really, which is my own outlier opinion. I realize it's a very, very unpopular opinion of mine, is that I just don't like chocolate. I think it's kind of gross. I have nothing against it, just not my preference. And now that I've definitely made a villain of myself to anyone that ever watches this, I'm going to wrap it up here. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's episode.